on this map. I think that's where the Breach Overcom is significantly better.
You see that A control given up, and nobody watching onto the high ground angle. Texture back in a way, still flashed up. Won't be able to get too much done here. And Gen.G not able to flood defense in time. Smokes up. Might be looking for a bit of a contact play, but a call for the pause is made by SEN. They're just going to wait this one out for the util. Still holding it down. Go spam it away. Still adjustment from Sacy. It's good. Leaves it just down to Meteor. 1v3 here for our pistol. Can he do it? First obstacle removed. Plenty more where that came from though. Revealed up just in the last few minutes. Reloads off. Turret up. Catches one of the contacts, but Sentinels not willing to give them too much of a fight here. Sacy's so wide out into the open. 14 HP. Turret still up. TenZ has to break this one. The single shot will do it! Meteor! Here by Gen.G. Texture's going walkabouts. Wants to make a go of things.
No cam tap.
Yep, no cam, no turret to catch that contact. Now the dash is active. They missed the timing. Right behind though still. It's a bullet straight to the back. Now, potentially an opening for Sentinels. We'll attempt to slow this one down. They want to try and get rid of most of this util. There's a fault line to try and follow through Zekken. Got a lot in his face here still. Nothing to really shut them down. Meteor dodging the flash, up and away! Looking snappy and magnetic into the moment. Still a TP forward. Sentinels not to be disallowed this, but pushing through the one way. It is chaos incarnate. Down to that 1v2. Munchkin. Upgrade in hand. Now he's got to make the most of this one here. Sentinels cannot afford to throw away these player advantage situations. Not like how the pistol round got started for them. Dart is good. Spots out Munchkin now, but he's got a lot more to do. Molly at the feet. Sacy. Push back and away and wide. Bit of spam and straight bullets away. Gets the reload off, but there's only 6 left to him. He's got to do so much with it. Not finding to get ahead of this util that they might use to clear this, and he is ahead of the phone line. 2 removed. Job just like that, pushing through to johnqt, quick to equalize. It's a 3v3. Into the moment still with 40 seconds left. There is room to breathe. Bit of a pause is called. Cage falls. Alongside the wall. Munchkin was not ready for that. Ferrari Peak in action here.
30 seconds left.
Tap, hoping that the rest of these players are going to come swinging out of the open, and it leaves it once more down to Meteor. 1v3. A miracle round for him on the pistol round that he did convert, but this one is a little bit more, at least tougher to chew through, isn't it? Contact's caught by John. Orb in their face. Not thinking about it, but as it's dropped, Meteor is just out in the open, and this slow, cautious tail is really being told by SEN across the map. It's working dividends.
It is, but because they didn't take A long control early on in the round, and they don't have drone, it's going to be tough for them to end A here. So their choices are between B and C, and that's mostly where the Gen.G defense is. There are still opportunities for this to go wrong for Sentinels. They've got time on the clock. I'm not sure that John's going to be able to re-explore this entire area confidently. He's going to give it a go, though.
There's a stack of players at Gen.G at least.
I mean, what's the chances you run into the bucket here?
Yeah, I mean, Josh should just be going down every day of the week, and so he does. An upgrade offered up, handled to them. Fault line into the corner as well, but you want to go into this one with a rolling thunder. It is committed, still as an orb and a snake bite in your face. Aftershock, narrowly avoided. Flick of the wrist, dodges the flash. Still, the reinforcements are here. This is the danger zone for Sentinels. You're walking straight into the maw, and it's only firepower. They're going to be able to bail yourself out. Texture can only do so much with that sheriff in hand, and the plan has to be stuck down. Bullet spraying and praying away, but TenZ now got a sight set towards it. It's a drone. Texture's ahead of this though. The fall, and he misses the flick. And there's a dash into his face. How the hell do you avoid this? You don't! It's all supplemented. TP up into heaven. TenZ is there for the backstab just in case, but Sacy was the one to clean it all up. And now you're just looking at a save.
That's so lovely. Inspired a lot of confidence in this map. Win streak at the start of stage 2. Yeah, it's something that I think people have forgotten because they went out ignominiously from playoffs. And they'd lost to G2 right before the playoffs as well.
Really a freak tournament, and now looking to potentially lift even a trophy, but maybe getting ahead of ourselves here. It's only day 1 and it's only the first match. TenZ punishing the peak there. At least the all pick up onto Munchkin. The cage up as well, covering the back of TenZ.
So this is that Viper wall I was talking about. It's designed for A-long control, but they couldn't control the TenZ teleports. Very cool anti there, I think, based on where they saw the Viper wall.
Karon, he wants to press forwards. He spots the barrel. He knows that there's a kill to be found. We'll claim it. Double peak is up, and the trade in sights here for Sentinels. Seekers considered by Lakia, now offloaded here just for that extra information, but Sentinels are still working with about a minute on the clock here. They can afford to just slow it all the way down, but Meteor Again, the risks have to be taken. He's the one pushed past and forwards most of his util. And he needs to find a kill from it.
Surely he has a free one on TenZ.
Backs to it. He's watching the wrong angle, but yeah, TenZ unaware. That could potentially be crossed up here. Sentinel's going for that quick reaction now. Full speed ahead over towards the C site.
And without Munchkin alive, no Viper Orb, C becomes much easier to hit. But there's always going to be that lockdown coming from Garage. How do you... not Garage, coming from... Whoa. What is that kind of placement? Just to make sure that it doesn't get contested?
I mean, Sentinel's going to be pushed all the way up onto site here. They can't actually fall back into the long angle flash. Just about dodge here. Zekken has dropped. This is disjointed here by Sentinels. The aftershock has to get used now. Meteor wrapping behind. And a coordinate. TP though. Lakia side by side. Him and Karon not ready for that one. Almost there with a punish still. Drone's going to be used to clear through into mid. Sentinels have only got 30 seconds to really work with into this one. Again with that player disadvantage. TenZ TP up top and away. And he spotted these players completely unaware. Gen.G still Lakia. He's got to get a handle onto most of this one. Karon pressing forward. Smokes watched for. Gen.G have toppled.
That is an amazing play from Sentinels. Gen.G always flood defend and try to the weird thing about
stepping up late. Looking to send it straight through into the B side as well. A bit of spam into the smokes, aftershock as well. Nobody's going to be able to press their way forwards and past it. But TenZ does get dropped. That spam, I believe, coming out through the smoke. Trailblazer spotting it. Paranoia rolling front out for the back. Nobody's watching this one. Zekken, he's going to be dropped here, trying to fight for the site control. It's all over the place. Sentinels caught completely unaware, and a spray down transfer just does not connect. Everybody can even claim. Munchkin trying to stop this one as well. Another B attempt and push in. Spots the player, spamming away. Somebody's to cover this one down and below. Stunned up, matters not. Zekken just walking straight into this one. Still Karon is out and away. Karon delivers it side by side. Him and Lakia. They push back any aggressors. And the spike drop down into no man's land. There are no chances left for Sacy.
Another spot where you feel like a Gen.G player's caught dead to rights, being double swung essentially. And the leader in terms of any Rookie of the Year awards pulls it out again, a 2K. Just a slight wiggle of the movement too to shake off a few bullets.
Yeah.
Watching Karon is a delight.
This guy is so damn impressive. Just in case there is that one of them held. Up angle, Meteor's caught on the cross though. Trying to wade his way past that one. That's a leg shot. johnqt barely surviving. Seekers pushing forwards. Lakia smelling that blood in the water. He definitely wanted to hunt that one out. So it's equalized 4 versus 4. And it causes that reaction now out of Sentinels. But they're going to be walking again. It's a Paranoia. It's an Nanoswarm. It's an orb up in their face. Sentinels really don't have too many options here, but they're calling for the pause.
They have to go for the C exec once the orb goes down, but this just becomes so obvious.
Yeah, and again, the players are meeting their match. It's Gen.G happily able to just try and fight this one. Forwards, Hunter's Fury, though. That was the extra element needed. Lakia right from behind. Texture follows up with a shot and still got to deal with these players. 2v2 now. 36 seconds left. Not enough with the offset of the movement. Lakia will be dropped. Texture 3 HP.
30 seconds left.
Looking this way, that way, head on a swivel, doesn't know which way to look. It's an impossibility almost at this point, but at least the spike isn't down. It's the one thing working for him, but the weaponry is not. Plant from Zellsis stuck, committed, needs to be held out here.
Planted.
Weak players all around. It's all about this first shot that lands. Finally, needs a second one. Dash now active, doesn't know where he is, and it's wrapped all the way round! They put up all the barricades. They are ready to receive every single player. Fault line over and through. Lakia inside the Cloudburst plays. Once inside of it, the wall up in their face. Sentinels cannot step past it. It's up to Sacy and more. With only 15 seconds to do it. Your options are pretty much entirely ran out. Updraft and away. Fade away with a Blade Storm. It's a flourish to finish, man. And only a few seconds remain before Gen.G take this lead from first half of Haven. No time on the clock to play with. Info on Sentinel's side. There's a trip in their face. Texture, it's going to be chewed up by that one. A couple of stray shots. Yeah, you flying it away. A tap as well for the reaction.
You can see there that Texture was intending to updraft onto the high ground inside that smoke. The trap stopped him. Cam sees a lot of this info, but it's only Zellsis home.
Yeah, peeking away. Just can't quite land the one shot that was necessary there. So Zellsis will push back that play that's occurring. The timing that's taken. Munchkin, oh, wide open. Right for the taking. johnqt's dropped.
So they tap B, fake C, walk in on A.
And it's an open site. Potentially a closed case, but still Sentinels, they do have that retake Utility in their back pocket, just waiting for it to potentially come online. 17 seconds until the dart. Not too sure for the fault line. Dash still available. See if for zekken in the back pocket. They're worried about these flanking players as well. Might find it difficult to get through, at least with this orb, but as soon as it goes down, you might see them take that timing. They are so concerned about these mid flanks.
Not ready yet.
And now the time to strike is here. Gen.G's way ahead of it, inside the smoke. Any sort of timings the Sentinels were looking to try and take, they've missed it. Already Texture still, Sacy. That's 2. They need more than that. And no one from Gen.G is willing to even give him it. Ice cold from them, a tap onto the spike, no one out into the open. He has to stick it for the only win. Barrels pointing out, he's trying to bait a shot out. There's no way. There's absolutely no way Munchkin can be blessed like this. Once more! He's working magic over towards the A site. We're watching a bloody repeat. He's opened it up and calls for the TP, immediate pivot. Karon, he's straight there with him. Turret broken down into mid here, but the A site is theirs. Now with Texture removing John. The mid avenue completely opened up. Uncertainty into the back of Sentinel's minds, but they want to go this one thick and fast. Playing forwards here, at least with the dart in hand, and the rifles are not doing enough. It's Sacy and Zellsis up against the world. They're not being given even an easy fight in the slightest. The movement ajar.
Munchkin's just going to help. What can you do?
And already the space is taken up here by Gen.G. Another perfect read.
Munchkin's IGLing. It is magnificent. I think people maybe didn't credit it as much at the start of the year, but defense side hard reads, attack side he finds the gaps so often.
These lurks on top of it, it's all coming together. This guy is just, he's a beast right now this entire year.
He really has been.
Deep flash, fault line onto Texture, but there's plenty more util where that came from, buckets of it. Paranoia for a paranoia, just pushing them back and away. Sentinels be lucky to get anything. Still, Karon drop towards the back. Texture, phantom play! And that has to shift now, doesn't it? Updraft, dash, up and over. Flash to follow it up as well. Nobody's in sight lines of Texture. It's given up almost entirely and it's put the squeeze onto the Sentinels player. They heard all that util. They don't know which way to look and they can't even get the kill drips online. Full line, that's a potential team utility to just colliding and clashing into them. Hunter's Fury, it's panicked, it's offloaded, and desperation does not work out for Sentinels, not this time. They did not know how to react to that.
Very nice pathing to bring out in a crucial round, and Texture's looking to close it.
And he's just showing his face. Right click before. Smoke up in his face. Flash up and over, Karon with a TP, and even a committal to the plan, but that's an aftershock to push him back and away. Dash still there, zekken spots it, here's the one, but nobody's giving him an easy fight. Meteor dashing and back and away, still with his B-side control. Texture, he's put straight past it! And in front of that fault line, still won't survive. At least with the trade there, flash in and through, over the back, 4v4. Plant down, Norofef gives him that information, and a sight hold might be exactly what Gen.G are looking to cook up. Munchkin still with that orb up in their face, dart and a paranoia, follows through, flooding back and away. Sight players, cleared up, rolling thunder, committed now to the front. Sentinels have got to try and strike at least when he irons hard and try and find these kills. There's 1, 2 left to deal with, finding them one after another.
At this point, if you break the Trailblazer, the Texture's right behind it.
And that's an interesting peek. Still zekken makes the adjustment.
There's
Snaps
the value.
it to the cranium, and there is the value. It had to come about through that sheer mechanical skill.
Here comes Munchkin. He's trying one of these classic A-lurks. TenZ has been watching for it. He refuses to get duped again.
But there's a chance for the timings to be missed here, and which way is he going to look? Adjustment again! Mirrored plays from TenZ and zekken. Pushes Gen.G back. It's just lurks and lurks. Yeah.
It's the same again. Lurk up A and lurk up C at the same time. One gets broken, the other doesn't.
Yeah. Trip broken, Meteor. He's got an open side for them.
30 seconds left.
A 3v5 though, Brent. They're not going to close out the map here, surely.
But it's Gen.G. You never know with this team. They really shouldn't.
Full breach utility for Zellsis. Sacy's going to have recon coming back online, but you probably don't want to wait for it.
And there's the first shocky. Preemptive release of the debt, so one of the nanoswarms is off. Meteor finds it, still traded. Karon, that's a sweep from behind here. Now the backstab, but maybe just pushing back and away. Lakia needs support and he needs help if this is even going to be doable. Flash in through the box, smoke is up in his face. A tap in his way, that's a bit of spam to follow up. Karon, and now a lot more to do. Spike being defused.
Actually the pack of Gen.G.
How do you anchor it? Locked down, it's unconventional. Doesn't really stretch all the way out towards this A side. Sacy, drone, spots it. They're wondering if this is potentially fake pressure. TenZ overstaying it, just about escaping. 50 HP though, and now it's being fully committed. The molly at the feet as well. They are separating these players, picking them apart. Nobody is allowed to anger this site. The setup and execute, the pit drop down, man. And TenZ has got to make a play. He's already found it, whipping it around. Meteor, rifle in hand, leaving it to the 2. And only the Blade Storm. A rifle for johnqt. They're going to need to be handed a couple of easy kills, but Meteor will not get around.
They've gone for that double sheriff approach.
And a double fight out through, straight from tiles. Does not work out in their favor. Player disadvantage now.
Munchkin figuring out, how...
Lakia might be considering a drone up close here. John, was that a grab net? Slow down the approach here. There's a flash overhead as well, but now looking to try and anchor back in a way. Sacy supplementing it. Couple of shots now fired off and wrestled in through the smoke. No punish just yet. Still dropping down low, but it all lays down now into the lap of johnqt. What can he do? A lot of players now here in the drop down, skipping a hop right through, and it does set up the bait and switch. Karon happy to oblige, straight in there. Now the plant coming online.
Zellsis coming around behind as well. Are they going to think about B main when they just exec from this?
That's right. It should be nice. Not quite. Munchkin was the only one to actually collect any sort of B main presence. Now walking his way through, baiting, Texture, dropping back and away, Texture and Karon. These guys have been difference makers. And once more, they've got to stand to the test here. The dart is avoided and dodged to the back, and the shots just not connecting for Sacy. Only 4 HP and a dream.
Spam, but it's not a great spam angle. It's good for damage, not good for kills usually.
That tags onto Zellsis. The setup is going to be dropped down and away here, walking through.
I say that.
Sacy. Bit of spam damage just through the choke point. Gen.G still going to get easy access though to that B site, so plant will be online and inside for them. Second, biding his time, hoping that somebody will just open themselves up, but as the doors drop down, Texture! You gotta be joking!
You're not allowed to do that!
There's no way! Running and gunning inside the cloudburst, taking names. 4v4. And too much to clear, surely. Meteor crouched up. This is unorthodox in terms of the angle, and of course it is. Story from the beginning of this year where the expectations were honestly at their lowest here, and a lot's going to be asked for again of TenZ to smoke down. What is that? Adjustment and expectation for Texture, but he's already in through the site, and the main players happy to fire through and follow up on all of it. So despite the heroics, it might not even be enough here for Sentinels. No command. Supers its way, but finally fading, and now a very deep lockdown is going to be used by Meteor. Drone broken, slide tag, double faced up and out, but just missing the shot.
Are they even going to get out?
I don't know. Detainment
All
onto
three?
Yeah, or 3.
All 3
Time to hunt.
detained?
It's time to chase. They know it. They can feel it. Texture. Time waits out. Oh my. Barely skirting away. It's going to be a comedic finish at around here, potentially. A punishment in sight. There's still time here for Sentinels to make a play towards this one, but second retaken, but the operator again adds another level of difficulty. It's all about how they manage this one as well. That late backstab that might be occurring from Meteor. Is it going to be caught? Zellsis sticking out onto the fuse, half already. He's brought that win con, covering for it over the shot.
Brain is baffled and befuddled.
It all started with TenZ, this guy here. I said he's going to have to do a lot there in that spot, and he did. He delivered. He got the 2 that was needed. And as soon as the detainment wasn't followed up, trophies, and then watch the fumble in place. Operator held, but not the back. Still a few shots fired off as well. At least that drone has to be broken. Zellsis locks it down, holds the line, and now evacuates back and away. An adjustment, but bullet straight through the wall, and spam from Leoden will supplement all. That is it. Sentinels, complete control of this B site. Spike dropped down, and with the trip, alerting them exactly to where Munchkin's presence is. It's another round that's inevitable here for Sentinels, and at least that second one, Justin Flick missed, at least with the op.
It is inevitable.
It should be. Unless you give him the ones, but blinded. He's fired off, offloaded into mid. Not going to be getting too much value. TenZ has to use the TPs, barely out of dodge. Annihilation, there's a connection. Molly down and
that's
through.
the spike.
Texture has to drop them. He's through and out. They're going to try and flood themselves in. Gen.G happy to fight them straight back at you. Second, Blade Storm now increasing that tempo and even offered up a rifle. Karon Now with the plant, 2v3. Dart fired off. No reveals in sight, but jumps round and through and away with a right click. Zekken, he's on his way to an ace. But Lakia in his back pocket, at least with that Hunter's Fury, he's got that backup plan and policy. Karon still going to be nested up, holding deep, tucked onto the A side. It's a difficult player to try and clear. And Sentinels now making a call to double up. They don't have a dart. It's 20 seconds until that arrives, and it's going to be too late if they try and wait this one out and through. Time already ticking. Smoke is just mind games from Karon, making them spam away, and they got to stick this one here, and they still haven't found it. Wincons are just dashed away to the win. Time? And there is no time. Ticking at this point. Sacy knows it. Flash clear. Cam over the top here. No command as well as the dart. Does reveal all. Both players, in fact. TenZ and Zellsis, the position is noted. Recognized, stunned up, but there's no follow-up. TenZ, he can't take these easy fights. He's worried about it. Being swung from main as well. Picked apart. I mean, methodical is what you call that. Gen.G. There was no easy access, no fair fight to be taken for the anchoring players. Dodging and weaving the entire way through.
The Gen.G protocols on the attack, when they hit the A site, looking perfect with it.
Early paranoia lets him take that control out towards A. TenZ in through Y, and he's in danger though. Has to dodge and around way, can't survive it. Karon out the back, johnqt. That's a bullet to the brain. With him dropped off now, there's possibilities and options are now opening themselves here for Sentinels. The barrier mesh, not to be broken. Doesn't even stop the bullets as well. Still with those sight lines just being set by these Sentinels players. Zekken's got it.
Great adaptation from Sen. Surely Gen.G can't recover it.
There's no way.
I mean, John is stuck here.
They know where he is. There's now no swarm to try and clear him out of that corner.
If it hadn't missed, John would be a dead man.
And he has called for the reinforcements. Two players ready to at least swing off of his contact. Dart is broken here and through John. Finally delivering the reset from Meteor. In terms of the timing for Gen.G, they have to make a good go of things, and it's all expected. Stack of players of Sentinels.
First time the wall's in the right spot.
Yeah, and there it is, dropping them off. Here with an ult command. It's going to be sweeping through now. Dart around to the side. Texture is not watched for. This guy was already just fast up onto the line, and with all the util down, again, you might as well roll out the red carpet. Plant down now. Gen.G are ready. They've got the protocols in place just in case there are signs of that util. Meteor holding it tucked up close as well. There's no follow-up. Again, still up and over. Able to trade it. The door into their face and a full sight defense occurring here by Gen.G. Nobody looking to try and repurpose out through A main. Everybody locked onto the sites here, but the one way they choose to fight this one. They want to hold it down, and again, this retake is getting more and more difficult. Dart immediately dealt with. Time is ticking away. Sentinels running out of those options. Double up, high-low. Gonna try and push them back and away. Lakia, last one left.
Here at Champs.
Zekken not caught in the transition there, just trying to exit out of Wine, and there's plenty more players where that came from. Gen.G, they're going to try and go into this one. Fast tempo, increased TenZ, taken out. Zekken followed up to trade in sight. Only gets the one down, which was Texture. Dart revealing quite a few of them. Locked down by Meteor. This is unconventional.
I like it, though. You know, we saw Sentinels before get 3 detained and still win the round. They're in a 3v4 situation here, though, and this should allow a great plan. I mean, this one also planted for short. If they wanted to send somebody on a wraparound,
very heads up.
Perhaps Lakia is going to take that option.
Right here.
Things around here. Drone's going to be used again. Set that stage here. Tag up. Got to remove it. It's first piece of util for it, but Gen.G, stalwart defense that they've really cooked up here now that they've at least taken control of the site. Look at that. As soon as they hear the footsteps in the util, it's a dart and spam out from below, and already the players have repositioned. Spike is ticking away, and Sentinels realize it. Has to be that save, have to back away.
One enemy remaining.
How many rounds do Sentinels need, even if they were able to get pistol, their first of the match, and be able to carry some momentum forwards on their attack half? I think anybody...
Sentinels do have stay main control. Shot missing. John now with the barrier mesh. Looking to lock him out of this spot here, but it will be spammed down. There's a nade in sight, but no smoke for the cross. Only propped down a little bit too late there, so Zekken happy to pick them apart. TenZ ADS stop. Can't quite manage it. I mean, it's Karon.
And the stun does nothing in A main.
Push them back and away. Gen.G slowing it down, getting quirky with these timings. There's a stun. They can hear the sensors. Texture removes one of them. So much uncertainty, rapid into their heads. They spot the player, Texture's shoulder just peeking out, and yet still squares up to it. The challenge is met. And now drop down onto the site. Options thoroughly opened. Gen.G having to take their timing with it. You can look at the peak timing, but still missing with the shot as well. He can't quite do it. Has to pull out the shorty. Zekken, not a chance. Doesn't stand it. And leaves it to just two. Munchkin is low. Could be an opening. Lakia will fall.
This
Stinger
is
movement in play.
so doable for Sentinels. The health advantage is massive.
Now picking up the upgrade too with a rifle. Cam should be clearing at least a portion of it, but you don't know there's blind spots. Munchkin peeks. They know where he is. 4 seconds until the dart. Spamming away into hell. Just in case that reposition is there. That round towards the back, they spot the main player out, they're all falling low, and again it has to be Munchkin as that playmaker finds the one! Peaking timing off of it, only 5 bullets left, but a tap from Sacy as well. It's all so unlikely for him, and he needs to hit the second. Time ticking, forced to stick it, and time not enough on Sen's side. Gen.G also going for a bit of a proactive play. Zatar's crunch on the pistol.
They love running set plays on the defense side, Gen.G. They will constantly try to push the tempo up. Happy to play retake.
Yeah.
Against this comp, though, I don't think they should be too happy to play retake. You're going to be running into, Gravnet, trips, stuns.
For now, the util is going to be lacking ever so slightly onto the pistol. Zellsis forced to lock down. Watch this flank angle. Just gets barely the 2 shots off. Not enough to drop Karon. So the trade is there, but Zekken taking a cheeky peek. Up through heaven, clears that one out, and now has to be aware that there is that flank occurring. Watchful eyes perched up, probably a high-low as well, and the smoke make it nice and easy. Karon trying to at least split up the site, create that timing and opening for Meteor, potentially there. He's already out though, and the players are straight through and out. The whiff might cost them still. Dart forwards, forces the issue out of Texture, and they do.
That's a weird one, because they faked a B split as they were droning A.
Right, so Gen.G are kind of aware of this one. Munchkin is an off angle, and he's got to deliver. Will do with the first. Occasion is face, preemptive spam will lay claim to a multitude of kills. And it leaves it just down to TenZ, up and over, not
Got to
enough.
go into a B split.
There's plenty of players ready to meet them. Gen.G tucked up to crossfire setup, logs to the corner, Lakia has to do a lot here. It's running and gunning to trade it up, but they weren't expecting, and again Meteor delivers. It's a death blow. And it might just be an around-winning moment. Texture is hiding from it. Again, sowing misinformation. Shot missed though, Hunter's Fury. This feels like it's quite a committed push. And damage done, even a kill for Sacy, maybe enough to pave the way. It calls for that reinforcement. Karon instantly TPs.
Very good ult from Sacy. Very good read to now go for an A split.
They've pulled these players apart, but Munchkin again could be that thorn in their side once more. Weapon glowing, this guy is on fire. Gravnet gets that confirmation, potentially there. Flood defending in, right through the back. Annihilation and clearing in and through. Sentinels do have the necessary plays. You don't want to be handing Karon too many more though. They're doubled up holding this one, side by side. Bit of spam hailing down. This is hyper committed.
This is the kind of thing that Zekken just couldn't do.
And Zekken's holding to pixel angle. Oh, but no! Just missed it. The cross-up and Texture takes it away. Karon, heavy committed now into bottom mid. He needs to be defended, and he needs some help to get out of here. That's what the drone is for. Up and over. Right here. Clears the path.
When Lakia and Karon are willing to be that aggressive, it allows Texture to do this.
This is not potentially getting cleared. Off angle, traded. But again, reinforcements are there, out through the back of the side. That's TenZ committing! Karon! He dominates the smoke. He will not be stopped. And a paranoia. The cams are broken. It's one more round that's needed here for Gen.G for their opening match of champs. They have not slowed down a beat. Up and over. Bladestorm in the hands. Texture is releasing. Just absolutely unbelievable form.
I can't use that.
Sentinels left to stew and simmer.
Knives back out though for Zekken.
Munchkin will fade away. Knives out, but back to the wall. Texture reveals his position. 3 left available to work with, blinded up Meteor. He spots it, but Trey